Hi, Minesh Baxi here. I'm really excited that I have a wonderful friend of mine. I've known him for a long time. His story is amazing from where he was to where he is today. And I'm so excited he's going to be talking about building winning teams. JJ, welcome.
Hey, thanks so much, buddy. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
Yeah, so for those who don't know you, don't know what you do currently, do you want to share quickly so that people get a sense of who you are?
I am a producing EVP for Cross Country Mortgage and a coach. I was a senior coach and director for the core training for about a decade. I started in the mortgage industry when I was 19 in 1996 and haven't done anything else other than that. For the first part of my career, it was successful and it was great until the crash in 08, 09. And lost everything. It was really devastating to my business, my family, my psyche, and then since then retooled and redid my business, got into coaching, got some direction, and now run a team of about 120 and. For the past decade, been in the top 200 salespeople in the nation, and super proud of that because it wasn't easy. Lots of stumbling blocks along the road, and lots of mistakes that I had learned from, but definitely have, just come a long way from those areas too.
Well, I've seen that journey that you've gone through. I've heard your story so many times. Obviously, I know recently, is it your dad passed away, right?
Yep. My dad passed away in October, the end of 22, so not too long ago, but took care of him for a long time, prior to him passing away.
Yeah, I remember your routine was to get up in the morning and go visit him, right?
Yep. He lived down the street, so it was a blessing being able to provide him the care he needed and keeping him close to.
Yeah, and you're just a great family man and so on and so forth. So let's talk a little bit about the leadership part of it. Most people read books on leadership. They have all these videos, and everybody is a leadership guru today. They read John Maxwell 3 days in a row, and they're like, I'm a leader, right? So when you look at somebody and you say this person is a leader, they're building teams, what are the qualities you're looking for to say, yeah, this person is a leader?
I think I look for example leadership, people that are doing it with you, that are still in the weeds. And I don't mean in the weeds every single day because you can't really lead and be in the weeds deep every single day. But they are in the weeds enough to have an understanding of what it is that you're going through. So having the ability to go where they are, not where you are. And the great thing about growth is we can tap into that person where we were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, should we choose to do that. And I think a great leader has that ability to tap into it. And I just know with me not being a great leader in the past, I wasn't able to really tap into that aspect. I would just tap into where I am. So I think that's important. Servant leadership, just making sure that you're able to serve them, realize that you're here for them, and not just for yourself, and making sure that you're helping them any chance that you can. And that doesn't mean doing it for them and help, it also can be showing them where the resources are and coaching them and helping them. So I think definitely serving them is also helpful. And then I think also making sure that you're always continuing to learn, because as a leader, if you're not continuing to grow and learn, then you can't expect other people underneath you to continue to grow and learn as well.
I agree with you totally on all of those points as well. And you built obviously a big team. You are overseeing 120 people, branches, and everybody else there as well. So when you look at building winning teams, what are some of the actions, skills that you think you have developed over the time period that has helped you build such big teams?
I think things to build a winning team is hire slower, taking the time to really make sure that the right person for the job, seeking counsel like I do with your services and the disc test to be able to do that is really important, because bringing someone on, training them, and then having them not work out takes much longer and is much more expensive than just taking a little bit longer to make sure that they're the right people. Not just the right experience, but the right people, especially culturally, for the job as well. So I think hiring slower. I think also culture, having a culture. Most people think they have a culture, but really looking and writing down, well, what is your culture? If you asked your people that work for you, well, what is our culture about? I think it's important to have a theme about your culture. Ours is carrying each other, lifting each other up the mountain. Everyone in the division, kind of rally cries around that. And then each year we have something that we rally around, which this year is Raging Resilience, which is just being resilient from what it is that we've been going through, and making sure that you're getting together face to face. It's really, really important. I'll travel to the branches. I'll have them come out here. We do different type of leadership trainings together. So just constantly making sure that a culture are people together, a culture are people that are in alignment with what it is that you're doing. And then most importantly, if they're not in alignment with what you're doing, if they are a cancer, if you will, to the culture of the organization, getting them out much quicker. So you coach them up first, but if they're not going to make any changes or adjustments and you're just not in alignment, then making sure you make those adjustments quickly.
I totally agree with you. I think hiring, onboarding, and then holding them accountable in terms of alignment is definitely going to help build a team in the right way. Like you said, for the first chapter in my book, Stop Hiring Losers, is hire slowly, right? That's just the truth, because it's a big mistake to bring the wrong person, like you said, who could be a cancer to the organization as well. 100%. So when you look at all these opportunities that are presented to people, how come you gravitated to and succeeded at the level that you have? I mean, not everybody does that. What do you think is driving you? And what are the things that have helped you get there?
I think the driving force for me, I've always had dysfunctional drivers for a long period of time. For me, dysfunctional drivers of proving people wrong that were naysayers in my life growing up, or not feeling worthy or good enough, and utilizing work as a driver to get there. And although it was very profitable having that type of driver, it's also very dysfunctional, and it's not something that can last a really long time. So I think really tapping into a driver that is still a part of that, but more in a positive manner. So for me, I think in a leadership position, you need to have the ability to make it about others. The more you can make it about others, and the more you can have gratitude for where it is you are and what you have, not looking into the past. As they say, the windshield's bigger than the rear view mirror for a reason. And just sticking to those things, that's always been the winning, driver reason behind my business and how it's kind of evolved as well.
Sure. What are a couple of lessons you had to learn that you feel other people, if they, got those lessons, maybe some resources, that they can be on that journey and achieve some of the results that obviously they could?
Yeah, I would say get coaching, seek counsel more often. And I would do that. I would also say save your money, save 20% of everything that you have and invest it. Those are going to help you during the times that aren't going to be so great, which every business is going to have that. Every industry is going to have those times. But being able to persevere through them becomes a whole lot easier when you have the reserves and capital to do it than when you don't. I think those are probably the two most important things that I would, tell people that coincide with the drivers to be successful.
Well, thank you. In your situation where you are, and obviously I know a little bit about that, you achieved a lot of success. What's driving you now? I mean, obviously for most people, if they were at your situation, they could possibly, if they needed to or want to, they could go play golf all day long.
I think for me, it's doing it at a high level with a healthier mindset, a healthier body, and a healthier appreciation for the people. So, what I've done up to now, it's been grateful and I've learned a lot, but I think, seeing what I can do from here with the lessons that I've learned continues to drive me, and the responsibility of those 120 people. Helping them become successful fills my cup, and coaching them and guiding them, and then making sure we're doing everything we can for the operational people that work for us, that rely on us to be able to sell at a super high level as well. Those are big whys now.
Very good. So if you were to leave a legacy, how would you define that, other than obviously helping these people become successful?
Man, if I were to leave a legacy, I would hope that it would be my children being really great people and continuing to want to help other people, I think is the big one. That they would see me as a Christian, of someone who was broken and made a massive amount of mistakes and had massive amount of shame and grew through them to be better, as an example. And I hope my legacy leaves more as a coach than it would be a top producing salesperson when it's all said and done, which has to do more with helping others.
And I think that's exactly, I mean, in your case, You did the hard work, you learned what you needed to learn. Then once you mastered it, then you went and taught other people and are still continuing to teach other people because, like Isaac Newton said, I am on the shoulders of giants, right? Because he could see what he could see because he was standing on the shoulders of giants. And I think that's what you are helping other people do. Any other tips for people who are saying, you know what, I want to be really successful? Anything else that you feel that maybe you didn't cover so far?
I think don't give up, and I would second guess your own work ethic. I think a lot of times people are looking for something that's going to be a magic pill that's going to solve things, but nothing trumps hard work. Hard work with collaboration and discipline are really what's going to carry them to where they want to go. And so I think a lot of times people underestimate what it is that they're capable of. They underestimate the discipline that they're capable of versus the discipline that they're putting in their work. And most people give up right before they're going to hit the summit. And, I think putting those blinders on and just not focusing on the results, but focusing and falling in love with the process and the actions to get those results will ultimately get you exactly what you're looking for.
Totally in agreement there. Absolutely. And I think that makes a big difference because unless you have that work ethic, you will never go through the barriers and have the skill set and the mindset that you need to succeed. Any fun goals, anything fun coming up that you want to share with us?
Yeah, just getting ready to launch. The coaching company gets launched this month. So I'm super excited. We're going to have our first events in September, 19th and 20th in Austin. So Impact 24 is the event. We're going to have some amazing speakers. Ben Newman's going to be there. Jesse Itzler is going to be there. My Impact partners are all going to be there. So really excited about doing that. And just, we created something from scratch with all of us that have been coached and grown in different aspects of our business to come up with something that we feel is really unique and evolved and going to help other people at a high level. And for us, no, we don't have to do it. We want to do it. That's our legacy, and leaving an impact to as many people as we possibly can, which is, the reason for the name.
Yeah, you have a great success story, you have a great work ethic, and obviously you learn the lessons so you can speed up, shorten the learning curve for other people. So I appreciate you taking the time to do it when you don't have to do it anymore. And I am privileged to call you a friend, and I respect you tremendously for not only the success you have achieved financially, but as a human being, you know what I'm talking about, as a parent, as a Christian. And I respect that tremendously about you. Thanks, JJ, for giving us the opportunity today.
Thanks, Minesh. I appreciate you, bud.